Hey guys, what's happening? Crossy here. I've got something new to bring to the channel today, and this is Russian Fishing 4. Now, I never played Russian Fishing 1, 2 or 3, but from what I've heard, they were a really in-depth fishing game, but they lacked on the graphics side of things. But with Russian Fishing 4, I think they've addressed that, and it looks like a really nice game, to be honest, guys. I had a quick go on it yesterday, just to test things out. Kirk, hiya mate, how you doing? And it looks really good, man. Apart from one thing, all the text and whatnot's in Russian. So I'm gonna sort of go through what I've learned in the last 24 hours about the game. Now, I've jumped past the tutorial bit. It's a bit boring, bit easy, bit simple, dead easy to follow. Basically, what you do is you just set a rod up, you cast out, you catch your first fish, and that's it. You've done the first bit. You're qualified to go off and catch some more fish. So when you've done that, it brings you to the next lake, which is this lake, which I think is called Mosquito Lake. It's actually raining today, so you can fish from boats and stuff like that. You can troll off the back of the boat. So what we'll do, we'll just go through the basics. So this first area where you start off, as far as I can tell, is this here, this stall, market stall, is where you would come and sell the fish that you've caught. So in games like Fishing Planet, where at the end of the day, every fish that you've got in your net, you cash in, and you get your money from. Well, on Russian Fishing 4, I'm just going to call it RF4 from now on. Out on RF4, you come to this stall, and any fish that you've got in your net, you can sell to the fishmonger, and you'll get some money for it. So let's hit E. Now these are all the ones I caught like on the couple of hours that I played it last night, and they all have a monetary value. So that fish will get me 0.28 coins. So your silver coins are there at the top. I've got 50 silver coins to start off with. That's what you start the game with. I've not bought anything, not done anything. So each one of these fish will give me extra coins. So I could sell all those. So you can actually click the first one, and I think if you hold down shift, you can select them all. And we can sell them, I think is this button here. And that would get me, there's 12 fish, and it would earn me 9.43 coins. Silver coins. So let's do that. So there you go. I've now got 59.43 coins. So let's come back out of that now. So that is the first stall. That's what that one does. We sell fish. Now, down here there's a little boat that we can use to go out on the lake. But when you try and get on it, you get this red notice saying you haven't got a permit to fish the boat. So what you need to do is you need to come up here. We run, and we come to this little shed, this little ticket office. Now this ticket office will allow me to purchase a permit for fishing from the boat for a day or a week, I think. No, 5. So that's one day would cost me 3. We'll call these pounds, these silver coins. So that would cost me £3.50 for a day. 2 days is £4.70. 3 days £5.50, and 5 days is £6.60. So that would allow me to. That's in-game days, not real-time days. So that's where we would get our ticket to allow us to fish from the boat. So that's the first two little shops. Now we've got another shop up here. which I think is like, it's a bit like your supermarket, like a little supermarket shop, because in RF4 you need to eat, you need to drink. So here's where you would buy the food to consume. So we've got all sorts from bread. I'm going to buy some bread actually, so we'll buy a couple of those. A couple of loaves of bread. Then you've got like candy bars and noodles, pot noodle type things. All sorts in here. Cooking oil. Or is it like olive oil or something? Salami, all sorts. And then you come down to the drinks. So we've got cola and like, I don't know, ginger beer or something like that there. And then we've got the alcoholic drinks. So we've got beers and different ales. And then down to like vodka. So with it being Russian, obviously they're going to have vodka in it, aren't they? So yeah, you can buy all that there. Now from what I've heard, if you do have a beer, drinking alcohol increases the XP that you earn from when you catch a fish, but if you drink too much, you can have issues with trying to cast out. If you're drunk, you can't cast out properly. So yeah, it does have an effect. So let's go back, and that's the shop. That's the shop where you would get food and drink. So next one along, I think, is the map shop. Let's see. Yeah, this is the lake map. So you can purchase a lake map, which we'll do. Right, we've got a lake map now. We'll have a look at that in a second. Now the lake map shows you all the highlights, different areas and stuff, and it also tells you the depths of the lake in the areas that you're fishing. So that's that shop. That's our lake shop, a map shop. Next to it is this ATM. We can buy these gold coins. Now, some of the items that you can get in the shops, the tackle shops and that, need gold coins, but I believe you don't need to buy them. You can, some of the stuff you can actually create yourself. So that's what they are, gold coins. Here is the leaderboard for the lake. So let's have a look at this. This is the lake leaderboard. Now this is pretty handy thing to look at when you first get somewhere, because it shows you what people have caught, and not only that, it shows you what they've caught that fish on. So on the leaderboard here, this looks like, I don't know, like a roach or something, and it tells you how heavy it was. That, no, it can't be a roach because that's kilograms. So 4.5 kilos. So that's what? It's a good 10-pound fish. And it was caught on this bait. It looks like a boilie of some sort. And the person who caught it. And then we've got, they look a bit like a bream. Just under a kilo. On dough ball. Pitter caught that one. And when it was caught. So this is quite handy to look at. Dan Lewis, how you doing, mate? Yeah, this game is free. This free to download on. If you go to what I'll do, I'll put the link to the site in the description, so people can go and download it on PC. Like I said, it is all in Russian, but I think if you're used to fishing games, you'll find your way around it. So down to, oh look here, pike. So if you click pike, it shows you all the pike that have been caught recently and what they've caught it on, which lures they've caught it on. and the weight. So 7.7 kilo pike. There is, if you go on the if you click on the link that I'll put in the description, it will tell you the spec PC that they recommend and the minimum spec PC that it'll run on. So it's worth having a look at that first before you try and install it. So that, guys, is the leaderboard. So obviously handy thing to look at, seeing that it gives you a clue as to what people have been catching the fish in this lake on. Worms and maggots and grubs and dough balls and whatnot. So that's the leaderboard. So we've done fishmonger, boat tickets, supermarket, maps, ATM machine, leaderboard. The next one is the big one, really. It's the tackle shop. Now the tackle shop in this game is immense. You know, there's so much. Actually, let me put my webcam on. There you go. There's so much stuff to buy. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute. But before I do that, I want to show you this. This is like a barbecue at the lake, and you'll notice bottom left hand corner, we've got 4 bars and a circle with a number 3 in it. Now the number 3 is your level, and the green, yellowy green like arc around it is the XP as you get it. So every time you catch a fish, that fills up a little bit more until you get the full circle and that you level up again. Next to that, you've got them 4 bars. The lightning bar at the top is your energy. The knife and fork is your food level. The horseshoe is your level of luck. Your level of luck will increase every time you catch a fish. And below that is your comfort level. Drew Biggs, how you doing, mate? So yeah, so that's what those are there. Your comfort level is like, you know, if you're wet or whatever, are you warm? But this, if you go over to this and you hit E, our food level has just gone up because we've just had our free barbecued food from the lake barbecue. So that's put our food level up. So we'll now have a look at the... I am mate here. We'll have a look at the tackle shop. I'm going to switch my cam off for this one because it might get in the way. So here is our tackle shop. As far as I'm aware, this B, see where it says BCE? That means all. So that's just listing all the stuff. But along here, along the top, you've got the individual sections. And then down the side, you've got what I think are the brands. So Simmons, Siberia, Trident, Ellen Van Zandt is a brand of fishing gear. So we'll start with the rods. So your rods are like the poles. First section is poles. So a bit like a European pole fishing. You've got different lengths. So I think that means the length, and that is the weight. It could be the weight of you know, the not the lure, but the float that it'll use, that you can use on it. 5 to 35 grams, and the length is 3.9 to 6 meters. And they're all different. They've all got different lengths, up to like 8 meters. So they're pole fishing. So there's no reels involved on them. And then the next bit is, it says bolognese. I think these are lures for lure fishing. These are for lure fishing. 14 to 40 grams you can cast with that one. And it's 4 meters. 4 meters long, 5 meters, 7 meters. They seem pretty long, long rods. But the little yellow exclamation mark tells you that you can't use it yet. You've not got the right experience. And then we come down to, what are these ones? These could be the casting rods. So these use a casting reel, you know, like a multiplier reel. So the first ones were the spinning, or you can zoom in and out on it as well and check it out. Nice graphics on the rods. And then these are, what's these ones? These look heavier. Heavier rods. Express Fishing. I think that's the brand. Now, two of these are already unlocked. In fact, I think they're all unlocked, these ones. Because it's not got the yellow exclamation mark. When it's yellow, it means it's not unlocked. Now, these are, so you can buy one of these for like 30 coins. And feeder rods. So basically these are your ledgering rods. So they're casting and spinning rods, poles, feeder rods. So feeder rods, you need to use like a ledgering weight, or a feeder cage. And then I think these are picker. So these are another feeder rod. Oh, seriously, man. And then down to range and match. So these are float fishing rods, match fishing rods, but for longer range. Heavy jerk bait rods. And finally, carp fishing rods. So carp fishing gear are down at the bottom. So the rods cover absolutely everything. Next are the reels. So we've got normal spinning reels. Lots of. Oh God, unbelievable, mate, unbelievable. I'm not going to make any comments on it in the stream, but I'll check it out in a minute. And then you've got the light casting reels. So your light multipliers to your full-blown all-round multiplier reels. So they're the reels. Next are the lines. So we've got mono, fluoro lines, and braid. Lots of different braids. So let's have a look. So you click each one, and then you've got all the different weights of braid, up to 45 kilos, 40 kilos, 36, 31, 27, 22, 18, 13, 9 kilo and 4.5 kilo for that one, super braid. So they're your braided ones. Now the fluoro line start at 1.8 kilo. So I got that too. That's like £4 fluoro line. Oh, there it tells you anyway. So £4, 100 meters of £4 fluoro line will cost 59.8 coins. So it's got a good learning curve, should I, or gradual level build up, and as you work through the game, you're going to be cashing in more fish and being able to afford to buy different bits and bobs as it goes along. It's not like Fishing Planet where you get like I don't know, $200 for one fish. Lady of Games, welcome. How are you doing? So yeah, so that's the fluoro line, and then your mono lines are here at the top. So mono lines starting at 0.7 of a kilo, so it's like just under a pound, 1.5 pound, 1.5 pound line through to 24 pound line. Now the 1.5 is quite cheap. Next section will be the spinners. Now, when you look at the spinners, there's so many. So you've got like Express Fishing, Tiny Spoon. Oh, no problem. I'm really getting into it. I'm just waiting for the English English text version. Would make it a little bit easier, but we're sort of working our way through it. Yeah, I love it. I love it already. Played a couple of hours on it last night just to get the feel of it, and it's so in depth. So I'm just going through the basics of what you can get in the shops. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I've probably got loads of questions to ask. So yeah, guys, these lures, it looks like you've just got the one, but you click it and then you get a list of all the different colours, variations and weights of that one spoon. Now you get that for each. Look. Each one. So in depth. Unbelievable. Kirk Baker, hi. How are you doing? Welcome. So there's your spoon type, and then you've got your spinner types. That's awesome. I think I can manage with the Russian for now, but obviously it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier to understand when it's in English. So then you're down to your crankbait types, crankbaits, and the different shapes and depths that they dive to. Popper baits, poppers for on the surface, and more shad type baits. And then you got the rubber. I think it was 4 gig, mate. 4 gig download. Rubber ones like grubs and worms and stuff like that. And these look like a worm as well. There you go, worm. Stinky stick. Nasty worm. So that's that section. The lure section. Moving on to our floats. Floats. All different types for river fishing and pike fishing. The bung type. Bob fat 50 gram. And surface controllers. Yeah, ledgering, yeah. I think you can't just like jump in, Dan. I think you've got to like work your way up through it. It's going to be an amazing game. You've even got like this here, this Bob's lamp night fishing float. So they're the floats. Then we've got hooks. Now these hooks are when you buy a hook, you buy a single hook for like that 0.8 of a coin. So yeah, these are individual hooks. You pay for one hook. You don't get a pack. And the hooks have different star values, star ratings. So these are like 1.5 star ratings. And you've got all the different sizes of hook. And then if you go down to like this one here, this silk, this is like a 4-star rating. So yeah, they're the hooks. Then we've got our leads, shots. So they're your normal split shot for sinking your floats, cocking your floats. And then here are the leads that you would use for ledgering, feeder fishing. Different weights in each one. So like a drop style lead from 12 grams up to 1 ounce, just over, I think is that 1 ounce, yeah. And even bigger ones. So they're the leads. And then we've got baits, fresh baits, so different types of worm, different types of grub. So like you've got like yeah, I got that little R symbol stands for gram. So you've got bloodworm, maggot. Not sure what that is. These types grubs, castor. And more grubs there. And then you've got your grain type, so like corn. I think that's some sort of leaf, like a cabbage leaf or something. Pea. Not sure what these are. These look a bit like a boilie type thing. Dough balls. Alright, so the ones that are in gold are sold out. Oh, so they are boilies. So we've got a few different boilies here. Ham, by the looks of it. Is that a meat? Cheese. And then you've got your things like grasshoppers and flies, bugs, frogs. And then your live baits or dead baits. Cut fish fillet. So I believe I'm not. Am I right in saying this? That you can actually use some of the fish that you catch to live bait for the bigger fish if they're within a certain size. I think that's right. You can craft those yourself. So you can craft those from fish that you catch. Right, so you can your smaller fish that you catch, guys, you can actually use them and do some live baiting with them. So next are your leaders. So steel leaders for things like pike fishing. That's what they are. Next are your cages for feeder fishing. And you've got the bomb type where you can wrap your ground bait around them. So we'll go into the skills bit next. We'll have a look at the skills that you need to unlock to do certain things, because you've got like a graduation option in the settings, and it'll tell you you've got like floats, spinners, feeders, digging for your own bait, making bait mixes, and also you've got an option if you're advanced enough to make your own lures. So you've got a classic spod rocket there. So next are the bait mixes that you can buy. So you can make your own ground baits. So here we've got Elm Van Zandt, and then you've got the different ones: cornflower, hempy flour, semolina, ground crackers, and so on. So you'd buy one of those and you'd mix that with, I think you'd mix that with an attractant. Which one of these here? So these are your attractants, like your liquid attractant that you mix with it. So that one is aniseed oil, vanilla, bitter almond, strawberry, and so on and so on and so on. Garlic, and you can make your own. This game, guys, you know, it's got so much potential. It's unreal. It puts quite a few others to shame, to be honest. Once this reaches like its full, yeah. So you've got like powdered attractant. Sorry, not that one. This one. So these you mix these, a little bit of this with your base mix, and then add your attractant liquid. And then what are these ones? Oh, there you go, PVA. So you can do PVA bags, little PVA sausages, and stick one of those on. So that's your PVA as well. Wow, it's got everything. And finally, yeah, PVA sticks for stick mixes. Finally, you've got the crystal beads. Now, you'll have to explain to me, Lady of Games, what these actually do. I know it's got something to do with creating your own, are they for creating your own rigs? Various colours. Then we've got a net, like a keep net. Sorry, a landing net on a 3-meter pole. Alright, so the beads are for creating rigs that you need, like a Texas rig or a Carolina rig. It protects the line. So now we've got a landing net, binoculars. So if you're fishing at distance, you can spot the fish, do a little bit of lake spotting for where the fish are jumping. And finally, a lamp. Night fishing, I take it. Buy yourself a lamp. So that, guys, is the basics. I've just done a real basic look through what you get in the shop. Alright, so you advised me to buy the landing net straight away.
So use my money straight off and buy that. Yeah, I'm going to buy it then. I'm going to take your advice. And we've bought that. I was thinking of buying a rod and reel setup because I've never been much of a pole fisherman. Would I be better off buying a float fishing rod and reel, like match rod, or a lure fishing, a spinning rod and reel? I'm not going to have enough money anyway. No, I need to catch some more fish. Suppose I could buy one of these. This is a casting reel, is it? Casting rod. But you don't have none of the casting float fishing at 30%. Right, well that's what I'm going to look at next. We'll have a look at the options that you've got from the settings button. Express fish. The ones you have now, Express Fishing Corona is the starter spin fishing rod. You can use that one straight away. So is that already in my press auto open skills? Oh, there we go. So my skills now, these are your skills. So your first one is float fishing. Your second skill is lure fishing. Third one is the feeder type fishing. This one is the, so you can dig for your own baits and whatnot. This skill is for mixing, making your own baits, mixing your own baits. And this one, I believe, is for making your own lures. So obviously at the moment I'm only on the very first one, which is the float fishing skills. So that one is making ground bait. That's digging for bait. And number 6 here is for creating lures. So I've unlocked the first 2, or 1. Right. So I take it I need to click those to advance. Right, so the first one, I've put the first 2 points in. I need to earn more now by catching more fish on the float to get the second one. And obviously when I've unlocked that first section there, is for this. Alright, okay, cool. So we'll work on that. And then we'll move on to that one. Second one is handling the reel, increased by 5% per point. Okay, so I would need to use a rod and reel on that one. So we'll come out of that. I want to check out my inventory. So do I already have? The only rod I've got in my inventory is this pole. How do I actually look at the map? Ah, I know how you do it. You press M, don't you? So let's come out of that. And if we want to look at the map, we press M. There we go. Ah, right, you get another rod. Okay, let's do that first of all. So, let's go back to the tutorial map. Let's go back home where we first started. Now, I've skipped this bit on the on my YouTube video, but if you want to check it out, you can find that on Twitch. I will post the link now, so just bear with me. Let me just... Yep. Right, let me just come out of this for a second, guys. I'll get the link for Dan. Now, if you click in the top corner to translate that, it should translate it so you can see the maximum and minimum, the recommended and the minimum spec for your PC. I'll also put the link to this download in the description of the video for later. So if you're watching after the live stream, you'll find details of it and all that in the description. Any questions, stick them in the comments below, and I'm sure Lady of Games would be able to. Well, I did it. I used it, mate, and I scanned it using ESET NOD32, and there was no viruses, mate. Right, let's go and get the extra rod. Have I got it? Yeah, we've got an extra pole. Yeah, I'll pray for you, mate. Okay, so we've got an extra rod now, and some extra gear. So an extra hook, some more shots. We've got a porcupine quill float. They're proper old school. Check that out. Okay, so we've got them. So this is where you start off. Alright, that's a cool thing to know. So Lady of Games is saying that if you ever break your rod or got no money for bait and whatnot, if you always come back to this cabin at the tutorial lake, you'll get some more gear. So this is where you start off. And you do a little bit of a tutorial on how to cast and how to hook a fish. Come down onto the little... And it's telling you to go to your inventory and set up a rod. Let's set up this one this time. Let's put some line on it. And we'll put a float on it. And we'll put a hook on it. So that's a size, they're both 16s. Goose quill, actually. So it's a goose quill. So with the feathers torn off. It's the actual quill. Let's put that on. Let's stick some bait on. Worm. We don't have access to that one with this rod. Okay. What are these options here, Lady of Games? Can you explain these ones to me? What's the first one? What's the first, second and third option that you've got at the bottom there? I'll make a note. Yeah, exactly, mate. The first one means discard, so that's discard. And you can't get it back. Second option means disassemble, so take everything back off the rod. And the third one is equip, so if we equip, we've got that one there. Whoa, proper old school Tom Sawyer Huckleberry Finn fishing rod. Check this out. Okay. And then if we use Z, we can zoom in and see the float. Huckleberry Finn will be proud of this. The button underneath the bait is the second bait. You can use sandwich bait later on. Is there an option for loose feeding, throwing ground bait into the lake? Do I fish in real life? Yeah. Right, I think we've got a bite. Here we go. Ah, oh, didn't hook it. Is there an option for loose feeding bait into the water? Dutch Harry, everything's good in the hood, mate. It's all gravy, baby. Not yet. Okay. I wasn't sure if you could or not. Let's just try and hook one more fish here. So there is ground bait. And how do you feed into the water the ground bait? How do you do that? Is it just throw a ball of it in the water? Yeah, it's a goose quill float. Is there an option for getting rid of the text from the top of the screen? Can that be removed? You craft balls first, then you equip them and you throw them with the spacebar. Oh, so I can put that one in there and this one in here. Awesome. escape, cogwheel, and then what? Now I get that is language, so it's still in Russian. So I imagine when you do the English version, you'll be able to change that to English. And that says yes or okay. Is it okay or yes? The second top from left changed to neat. Second top. It's on that now, so yes. Do I change it? That, and then okay. Ah, amazing, amazing. Great stuff. So, right. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go to the other lake now. Back onto Mosquito Lake. Yeah, it took me a little while to download it, mate. It wasn't a very fast server that I was getting it from. Right, so we're back at Mosquito Lake. So like I said before, we can purchase a permit to drive the boat, use the boat from that little cabin. Here's the fishmonger to sell our catches to. There's a little supermarket. Can buy bits of food from. Our map shop, which we've got. ATM. Leaderboard. The fishing tackle shop. Our little free barbecued food here at the lake. Little canteen. Now we'll move down. So the next bit, I'm not sure what these are. Lady of Games might be able to tell us what this is. All. Well, I've not unlocked the ledger fishing yet, Dan. I've not worked my way up to that. So this is a repair shop. So we can repair if we need to. Which we don't need to. Now, can we do anything here? No, there's no option to do anything at that one. Right, let's have a wander down to the lake. See if we can catch anything. Hope there's no birds in this these woods. Ah, looks like a little camp. Yeah, me too. Ah, it's a beautiful looking lake. It's a great looking lake. Look at that, guys. Not a ripple on the water. It's just like a mirror. So, our map. We've come down. I think we're here. Oh, thank you. You sent me a spinning set. How do I know? Where will I find that? Alright, so press Q. Third tab. Oh, awesome. Ah, you're from Netherlands. Yeah, the water depths are on the map. I noticed that before, Harry. So, do I need to click something to accept these items from you? Oh, thank you very much. Lady of Games, much appreciated. So, I can now go and set that up, can't I? Inventory. Ah, hold on. Have I not got enough space in my rucksack? Should I remove something? Okay, so I'll continue with the float pole. So I've got enough space, I just can't use it until I've reached that level. Okay. Ah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we can now, I can now go and I can put that in option 3. So if I select option 3, we've now got our spinning. let's switch to the other setup. And I'm gonna change, let's have a look at the bait. Alright, so those that you've sent me now, I've got options to change to like a maggot or a bloodworm. Great. Let's stick with the worm for the time being. Right, so holding the R button increases the reeling in speed, and just scrolling the mouse wheel increases and decreases drag. Right, cool, got that. Yeah, here we go. Let's put that in the net. So that one is release and this one is keep. So we'll keep that. Alright, okay. So hit spacebar and the landing net will come out. Perch, little perch. Alright, so spacebar to bring out the landing net. Spacebar again, put the landing net away. Skillful, how you doing, mate? It's going well, mate. This is a fantastic game, so in depth. I've got Lady of Games here. She's one of the mods from the game. So any questions, ask her, and I'm sure she'll give you a great answer. I'm going to bring my cam back on. I saw something come up in the chat then, but I just can't take my eyes off the float for a minute, guys. So, whoa, come here, fish. Got away. Yeah. Well, Lady of Games, I'm going to subscribe to your channel as well. I've actually seen a guy called Sasquatch playing it, and he did a bit of a tutorial, so that's helped me a little bit, but I will have a look at your stuff as well and give you a sub. So anybody who's interested in this, guys, jump on, give Lady of Games a subscribe. It's an awesome game. It's not a game, it's a fishing simulator. There we go. Little carp, I think. Let's keep that one. No problem. No problem. I'm glad of your glad you joined and you give me a little bit of help there. And thanks for the tackle. And I'm sure we can do more. So Prussian carp. Bit like a Crucian carp. Come on, take it. Take it under. Another fish on. Got it. So is that Crucian carp? Ah, there we go. That's what we have in the UK. We have Crucian carp. We have common carp, mirror carp, leather, grass carp. Oh, he's a better fish. Got it. Another perch. So, Lady of Games is saying, for anybody that's watching this back, we've got all of those in the game. We've got common carp, mirror carp, leather carp, Prussian carp, Crucian carp, grass carp, black carp, flathead carp, and flathead carp will be added soon. So yeah, there you go, guys. It's going to be a massively in-depth fishing simulator for all you fishing game fans. Is there any way of adjusting the sensitivity of the controls of the mouse before you go, Lady of Games? Is there an option for that? Seems a bit, it's very sensitive. Fish are getting better, guys. Putting up more of a fight. Oh, this is a better fish. This is the best one so far. Oh, it's gonna snap me this if I'm not careful. Oh, it's gonna snap. Fourth tab. No, fish, don't get off. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've tied it out. It's coming in. It's coming in. Yes, check it out. Leveled up, bigger fish. Just under 1 kilo. So £2 carp. Keep that one. Thank you. So escape, we hit the cog wheel. Which tab did you say? Escape, 4th tab. Sensitivity, is this it here? Let's turn it down a little bit. Okay. Let's have a see if that's better. Yeah, I think that feels a little bit better. Let's go in night time. Let's come into night time. %30 finished, guys. Think of what it's going to be like at 100%. So much, so in depth. Right, yeah. So, well, true to life, the moon does have an effect on the way the fish bite. So Lady of Games is saying they've got night fishing and moon phasing. Full moons means different fish behaviour, which is true. Oh, look, the moon's out. Check it out. Full moon. But you can't go to sleep till morning. Can you advance the time? Can the time be changed? Let's have a look at the map. So we're here and it's like 1/2 metre deep. Now you can change the depth of the float with using the plus and the minus. So I'm now going up to 1/2 metre. So if we fish here where I was before, we should be on the bottom. So you can't fast forward time, so you've got to fish through. I'm going to fish on the bottom in the same area. Eel, burbot, barbel, catfish through the night. Awesome. Let's give it another go. Just going to struggle to see the float now. So you find different fish become active at night. I certainly will, mate. Thank you very much, Lady of Games. Show some love to Lady of Games, guys, and give her a sub. And thanks for all your help. Thank you. And you take care, and I'll speak to you again soon. Ah, wasn't hooked. Here we go, fish on. Oh, it's got off. Didn't hook it. Need one of those night floats. Yeah, man. I'm glad I did as well. I don't know if you can see it on stream, the float there. It seems a bit dark. Zoom in on the float. Yeah, what I did was I went on YouTube and I did a search for it and had a look and found a guy, an American guy, lxCROSSYxl, playing it, and I thought that looks really, really good. But it is like more like real fishing. So for the basics, I think we've run through the basics there with what you can do. We've just sort of tip of the iceberg, really. I like the fact that you can your skills advance through the game, with your, like, especially with the being able to dig for your own bait and mixing your own ground baits and whatnot, and also making lures. How good is that? That's like awesome. Awesome. I think that's what the other games have been missing, especially the ground bait one. Because there was so many in that list in the shop at the base mixes and the attractants and the liquid attractants that you can mix together. The combinations that you can create are like totally down to your own imagination. And just think, if you've mixed made a ground bait, a mix totally unique to yourself, and you start catching loads of fish with it. How good is that? How good is that? That's awesome. There's not much happening there though, guys. I'm going to go to the inventory. I'm going to have a look at these skills. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Probably about half an hour, mate, because it took a while to download. Right, let's have a look at this now. Can I add another? There we go, I've got another skill point. So I've got 3 skill points now on this one. On float fishing. So that should let me cast a little bit further out again. Right, I've not done any on the lure fishing yet, even though Lady of Games sent me that lure setup. Right, let's try. Let's try putting something else on here. Let's try maggot. Let's see what maggot does. Okay, Dan, I'll catch you later, mate. Come back, stick it in the comments and let me know where you've gone on, if you've managed to install it. If you've not, obviously Lady of Games should be able to pick up the comment as well, and help if we get stuck on anything. Alright guy, catch you later. Right, let's see. Let's keep my eye on this. I need that night fishing float. Okay. Bite. Fish. Oh. So like in Fishing Planet, when you catch a fish, you use one of your baits. So I've got 30 maggots at the moment in my inventory. So I think if I catch one, that's going to drop down. So that's what another thing that you need your money for is buy more bait. But you can't see that on stream, can you? It's that dark. Soon becoming light though. It's like 3:30 in the morning, so it should come light soon. Fish on. Nice fish as well. Oh yeah, it's... Oh, I'll tell you what I've got. Flashlight. There we go. I've got my light. Forgot about that. Oh, this is good fish. It's took me in the lilies. No, don't get off. No, got snapped. Got snapped. Chilling at New York Emerald Lake on Fishing Planet at the moment. Nice one, Skillful. Are you catching some walleye, mate? Right, so I need to reset up. Now, what's up here? I've no float. It's took me float. Ah, damn you. It snapped me and it's took me float and my hook. So I need to go and get a new float. Unless we use the... suppose I could go back to the shop. It's coming daylight now as well. So yeah. That fish, losing that fish then, it's took my hook and my float. So I need to go and get a new one. Let's go back to the shop. Yeah, well you'll get some big fish over there, mate, in Michigan. Right, let's go to the, let's get another. Let's buy a couple of these, I think. Just in case I lose another one. And let me sell these fish that I've got. So I've got a few. Let's see how much I get for these. So I'll get 5.2. So we're back up to 31. Need some food as well. Might see if I can top up on some food. Yep, there we go. We just filled up. Saves buying food. Let's go back down to that peg where we was before, where the campsite is. Right, let's have a look for a good spot, eh? Right, the map. So we're in this area here. It's like 1.5 meters deep where the boat is, where the little jetty is. And it looks like it's 0.5 meter, and then 1 meter around this side, 1.5 meters. And in the middle, you've got 2 deep spots, 5 meters deep. But we would need the boat to get out to them. So I might try over that, on that peg over there. How do you get down to it? Must be a way down here somewhere. I think I might have gone past it here, you know. Oh, a little like. Keep my way around here. Right, here we go. I think we'll try here. Right. Now, I should have got some hooks as well. No. Should have bought some more hooks. Don't know what that is. 0.5 gram hook, size 16. Right, that'll do. Right, let's give it another try. Hopefully, won't get snapped. would be really nice if you could like throw half a dozen loose fed maggots in there and see them splash around your little your float as you're fishing. Keep doing that every few minutes, you know, feeding the swim. That would be great. If they add that to it, it's just, that's it, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Not much happening there. Not keen on that. Let's have a wander back round this other side. Through the bushes and everything. Oh, wow. Am I stuck? Can't get out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's a nice spot, isn't it? Just between these, between the lilies here. John Wilson style fishing this, guys. John Wilson would be proud of it. Right, I'll tell you what I've not done. Let's bring it in. I've not set the depth. So, we're fishing here, so it's still about 1.5 meters deep. So we're on the bottom. I'm just going to fish just off the bottom. About 1 inch off the bottom. If we don't get a bite with this, I'm going to change from maggot to... Oh! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just going to say I'm going to change back to worm. Fish on. It's only a little one, but they all count and they're all XP, and it's another little crucian. Keep them going, and things will only get bigger as we advance. biting, but it's not taking it. Look at that. Look at the ripples on the water off it. It's lifted it. Fish on. Fish on. That's increased my luck by 1. Must be the XP. Something else has gone up as well. So yeah, seed now. The luck bar has gone up a little bit. So that should help us catch bigger fish. You get bites from bigger fish. I think I lost my luck when I got snapped on that other one. The luck seemed to drop down. So yeah, don't forget guys, hit that like and subscribe, and I will put links to the game where you can download it from in the description. I'll also put a link to Lady of Games, her channel, her YouTube page, also in the description. Any questions, stick them in, and we'll get them. We'll get them answered. Don't forget she's one of the mods of the game. So anything you don't quite get, that one might have hit that too soon. I'm sure she can answer. I've got a few more questions for her already, but I'll wait till she's next on. I'm going to have a wander around this lake, I think. Let's have a wander around for look at some different pegs. Some different areas to fish. Maybe a deeper area might work better for something a little bit bigger. What about this area? This looks alright, yeah. So the maximum I can keep in my keep net is 100 fish, and I've got 3 in it at the moment. So, looking at what we've covered in this this first video, covered the shops. The fact that if you go back to the tutorial map, the tutorial lake, you can get extra split shot, bait, floats, hook, and rod line for free from the cabin. So if you ever run out of money or you break them or whatnot, you can always go back there and get another one for free. Here we go, fish on. There we go. It's only a little one. We've looked at the different shops on this lake, Mosquito Lake. So we've seen the supermarket, the free food little canteen thing where you can get your free fill of food. The tackle shop, we've just gone over just really only touched the it's the tip of the iceberg on the tackle shop, because there's so much. The place where you can trade in your fish for cash, a little stall. The ticket booth for hiring the little dinghy on the lake. Not tried the dinghy on the lake yet. Where you get the map from, buy your map for the lake. The ATM machine and the leaderboard for the lake, showing you what the biggest fish have come up, biggest fish have come out, and what they use to catch them, which is a good thing for checking, especially if it's on a lake that you've never fished before. Come here, fish. That looks like a gudgeon or something to me. Dutch Harry, thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Don't forget to hit that like, mate, as you leave, and I'll speak to you again maybe later on or on the next stream. Take care, mate, and speak to you soon. I think I might move. Let's try on this little old jetty, just on the other side of these lilies. So I'll do another 15 minutes, guys, on this first episode. 2 hour episode is plenty long enough. I don't think everybody will want to sit through 2 hours of this, but obviously skip through the boring bits and check out anything you need to know. Now you can see my luck's gone down again now, so it must, the longer you go without having a fish, catching a fish, it must just drop down gradually. Right, I'm going to increase the depth a bit because I think I was a bit shallow. I'm going to put it up to about 1 metre. Just hitting plus on the keyboard. But goes up in 1 centimetre increments. So we're on 1 metre now. Well, it's very it is like a real, it's like as close as you can get to real fishing that I've come across. You're right there, mate. You're right. Definitely. Right, I must be over depth though, because it's just not cocking the float. So yeah, I'm over depth. I'll shallow off a little bit. Right, that's cocked it, so I'm just off the bottom though. Ish, maybe, don't know. Still over depth though then. Just wasn't cocking it proper. Oh, there's some nice little lily pad area here. I'm going to have to shallow off a bit more. Let's go back down to 1 metre. It's like 3 foot in it. Let's go to 3 feet deep. Right, that's cocked. Leo, hi. How you doing? Still don't think it's right. I still think I'm over depth. If a good might go back round to that other side, you know where the camp is, near the Land Rover, and fish that, because them lily pads there at 1/2 metre deep. It was seemed pretty good. Like it got snapped as well over there. So I'm just having a little wander around, seeing where you can fish and where looks good. See these? This is a peg. Like an old peg, in it. Let's try here. Right, on the compass, bottom right, so I'm pointing north, I'm facing north there virtually, but if you look at the little E on the east, see the little white dot? That's the direction that the wind's blowing, and it's 4.8 meters per second at the moment. Oh, I think I missed a bite then. So the wind's blowing across the lake. You can see the ripple on the lake now as well. Not sure if it's picking it up on the stream. See the line blowing in the wind as well. Look at the line. It's bowing in the wind. The attention to detail is it's awesome. The devs on this have done a great job. And to say that it's only 30% finished, it's got a lot of promise. Right, I'm definitely moving around. I'm going to buy some more hooks from the shop as well on the way past. So there is another little like beach area. Let's have a look on the map. So I must be here. Must be at this point here. And it does say it's 1.5 meters deep around this area. To 1 meter and then shallows off here. Another little peg area. So I'm going to go back to the starting area. And I'm going to end this first episode here. Where we started at the shops, but I'll be back with episode 2 maybe later on today. I'll see how it goes, and hopefully we'll catch something better, something bigger. So anyway guys, don't forget, if you would, you can find me streaming most nights, either here or over on my Twitch channel. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more fishing real soon. So from me, Crossy, take care. See you soon, guys.